Hello and welcome to Matt's Casual Cooking. Today we are going to be making the ultimate brown sugar pound cake. Very fun treat to make around this time, any time of year really, but especially with Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up. It's a really good one. So we're going to go over all the ingredients, how to put it together, and let's get to it. Alright folks, so before we go over the ingredients today, it's also really great hitting that subscribe and notification bell. It's a tasty way to get fun videos in your inbox every week. So going back to the ingredients, in your mixing bowl you're going to need 1 box or 16 ounces of brown sugar, and you're going to want light brown sugar for this. You need 1 cup of granulated sugar. You're going to need 3 sticks of butter, and you're going to want to make sure those are softened. Now what you're going to want to set aside is 5 eggs. Now you're also going to need 3 cups of all-purpose flour. You need ½ a teaspoon of salt. You need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. You're also going to need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of maple flavoring. Now if you can't find maple flavoring, I just suggest maple syrup. That will be a good substitution as well. You're also going to need 1 cup of milk. And for your frosting, if you want to do store-bought frosting, you can. You can also put chocolate chips. If you want to do homemade frosting, I will put a recipe in the description box and how to make it. It's super simple. And your other optional item is 1 cup of any sort of chopped nuts that you want. So we're going to start putting it together here in a minute, and I will see you then. Alright folks, so I'm using a stand mixer. Now if you don't have a stand mixer, I highly suggest at least a hand mixer, electronic hand mixer for this. So what we got first is we got our butter and we got both our sugars in here, and we're just going to beat it together until it is creamed well. So go ahead and do that. I suggest either a medium speed, and just kind of be on the lookout for it and make sure that it's working. So go ahead and do that, and I will see when it's done, and also keep your eggs ready. Alright folks, so you can see we're kind of starting to look like cookie dough here a little bit, maybe like a sugar cookie recipe. Obviously it's pretty sugary at this point already. So what we're going to do now is you want to beat in just 1 egg at a time. That's really all you need to do. So once you've done that, go ahead and you want to mix your flour, your salt, and your baking powder together. You want to have that ready after we're done. So go ahead and do that, and I will see you when you're done. Alright folks, so you can see it's pretty well combined, and it's pretty wet at this point. So they're pretty well blended in there. But what we're going to do now, like I said, with your flour, baking powder, and salt, combine it together. But what you also want to do is take your milk, and you want to combine it with the maple and the vanilla extract. That's what we want to do. So now take some of your flour, and we're just going to add a little bit in, about 1/3, and a little more. And we're going to beat it together. Now once this one is well combined, you're going to do your milk mixture into it. So you want to mix your flour, milk, and then you want to end on flour. So go ahead and do that, and then once that's done and it's well combined, go ahead and add in your nuts if you're using them, and just combine it together with a wooden spoon. So once that's done, we'll get on to the baking portion. So I will see you when it's done. Alright folks, so we're done. You can see it's pretty creamy. It's not. It started out, like I said, as more of a cookie dough. It's a lot more creamier than that because of the milk and whatnot. So what you want to do now is you want to turn your oven to 350 degrees, and you want to get out a 10-inch springform or cake pan. Now, a springform is going to work a little bit better for this, but if all you got is a regular cake pan, not a problem. Now, if you have a 9-inch only, you can do it. It might get a little dicey, but you should be fine. And what you are going to do in the pan, whichever one you're using, is you want to grease and flour it. You can see I've got just a nice coat of flouring all over it. I've shaken off any excess that I can. You want to make sure you get the sides as well. So what we are going to do now is go ahead and pour in the batter. And most of it should kind of fill in the gaps itself. If not, just kind of take your spatula or whatever you're using and just move it around. And what you're going to do is we're going to cook this for an hour or maybe an hour and about 20 minutes, just until you can take a toothpick or like a butter knife and stick it in and it comes out clean. And then once you've done that, you're going to want to put the pan on a cooling rack. So once that's done, I will see you then. All right, folks, so you can see we're done. Got a very nice brown topping to this. Now, what you want to do, though, is before you actually frost this, is you want to let it cool completely. We want to give it time to cool down, really to like room temperature, so it will frost the best. Now, I've got it on a wire rack here. Now, if you don't have a wire rack, at least put it on something that is off, like your stove or your countertop, to really help the bottom cool as well. So like some hot pads or something like that. So if you enjoyed making this recipe today, like, subscribe, share. Please leave a comment below. I want to thank you for watching. And as of recording this, this will be the week of Thanksgiving. So I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. And I will see you next time on our food journey. Take care.